So it's a mindset.
100.
People rather do these surgeries to look physically good, but they forget literally their behavior, their character is like as down as anything. Instead of working on that to be better people, to be more responsible, to be up and doing, to be smart, they will rather do the physical because they know that everybody, because of you, don't let us kid ourselves. If I see a lady today, the first thing you see is, oh, does she have nice mammalia glands? Does she have good gluteus maximus and minimus? Stuff like that. So that's what you're going to look at first. Before you get to now say, when she says hello, then you know if she's Raz or she's posh.
Hey, but whether she's Raz or posh, you men, you men don't even care. So don't say whether she's right.
No.
Even if she cannot
we care. Some of us care. We do care. Of course we care.
We care. Her attitude will tell if it's just going to be for a night or 2 nights.
Yeah, like you said, some people are recreational purpose only.
For recreational purposes only.
You don't have to even remember their first name.
Only. Some people, when you bring them, you call your friends to come and enjoy with you.
It's a lie.
Why did you do like this now?
It's a lie. Okay. John is a lie.
Forget Nigeria. Forget Nigeria. Forget Nigeria.
Make a blow, man. I have a friend. He owns companies around the world. He has an office in Rwanda. That's my friend. Anytime when they go to Kigali, he go call me, tell me, say, Paddy man, I don't book flights for you from Dubai. Come Kigali. He prefers it when he sees something. Paddy men there around, they follow and they enjoy. Those women are for recreational purposes alone. Alone. Nothing else.
But
don't you feel bad sharing, like calling your, like, don't they feel bad?
I understand.
Uriel, don't even go there. Uriel, don't go there. Do you know why? I've noticed. Let's use. Wait, John,
you don't feel bad.
John. When you talk about feeling bad, let me paint a scenario. Let me use all these celebrities, American celebrities that we all like. Have you noticed that, especially in Hollywood, whether the music or the movie industry, they tend to date the same kind of superstars? Yeah. Like, you can count how many people, for example, Kim has been with until she was married by Kanye.
That's true, yeah.
Kanye still watched her.
Wow, yeah.
You can tell how many men Amber Ross have been with, babies everywhere, not just her. Very few of, okay, like for example, I'll give an example.
Okay.
Jennifer Lopez used to date Ben Affleck 20-something years ago.
Yeah.
They were engaged, they separated. Then she moved to Puff Daddy. She married Mark Anthony, had twins.
Yeah.
She divorced him, then came back to Ben Affleck. They're all in the same industry.
Yeah.
It's called round tripping. In crude oil, in oil, it's called round tripping. Removing this.
That's just an example. One person, J-Lo, one person. And that's the way they all are. I can name Angelina Jolie, check her life. And Billy Bob Thornton, Brad Pitt. Who else again was there? Who? Nicole Kidman. All of them. They're just
same way again was there like she's a country.
You get what I mean? So this thing is not shameful anymore. It's like, you know, there was a time girls were having babies at the same time. Oh, when are you due? When are you due? It was like a thing. In this UK.
Someone said recycling.
It was like a thing. Oh, when are you having your baby? I'm having mine in September. Yours is in October. Oh, we got pregnant at the same time. It was a thing. So everything has its time. Women, see, we have to go back to, I'm not saying we should be old school, but there's no more value as the value is gone. What will make me be ashamed?
There's a lot of morals have been lost in our generation now.
There's no morals anymore because in Africa now we are using the Americanized or the Europeanized yardstick to live our lives. But just check, lucky, thank God you grew up in the UK. I live in the UK. I've been here for years. Look at the lives. Even by their laws, that's why a guy said recently that the UK laws are weak, because at 16, you can start to have coitus at 16 in the UK. but you cannot vote until you are 18. How does that even make sense? You can't buy alcohol until you are 18, but you can start having coitus at 16. They will gladly give you condoms.
Can I ask you something? So is
all
it
right. While you're waiting for that, a big shout out to House of Gold. House of Gold just got me 2 money guns. Brian Bassi, 1 money gun. Outsider 8, 1 money gun. And Tamara Owen. Big shout out to my girl. Haven't seen you in a while. Tamara Owen is not Nigerian, but she loves coming to my live. Big shout out to her. She got me 1 money gun. It's a Friday. I like to see a happy Friday. It's been a while since I got a sports car or a space shuttle. Can I get some of those? Can I get a sports car or a space shuttle? My TikTok family, you know I love you people. Double click the screen. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Follow my #1 gifter, follow my #2, and follow my #3. This boss conductor work is very sweet. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm still looking out for my super chats and my super stickers. Now, I want us to say something here. A lot of men in Nigeria, of course in the UK this has been on for a while, know that they're sharing their wives. Many men know that their wives, for instance, if your wife is PA to a politician, the likelihood that the politician will be top inside is high.
98%.
If your wife is
98.5%.
I don't know. I don't
98.5. If your wife is a secretary or a PA to a top exec in oil and gas or banking or politics, just know, say if the Oga Pata know they chop, one of the boys dead, one of the top boys there, they chop.
You can't say that, Daddy Free. You can't say that.
Madam.
Do you agree or do you disagree?
You can't rule it out either. You can't
Madam.
rule it out either. It's not impossible.
But you can't say it. How do you know? How are you making up? How is it a fact?
There might not be it might not be a fact. It might not be a statistical fact, but it's not unlikely either. Why is it? It's not impossible, is it?
Please give me a moment, madam. It really depends on how the boss sees things. Some of them are very moral beings, and they feel that they don't want to bring such things to their place of work. But some of them are not. Some of them are bingos, especially in a country like Nigeria, where there are no work ethics, where there are no
bingos.
For example, where I used to work, I worked with an American multinational. I don't want to call the name of this multinational, but I have a friend who later joined the multinational. He's from the north, and we got close because I speak Hausa also. He told me that the day he came for his interview, that he was having because normally the interviews they keep them in a hotel and they have some kind of experience chats with them. So top executives have those chats with them. He said he was in his room and he was having headache. He went to the pharmacy to buy Panadol, and he saw two very elderly men buying condom, and one of them was saying, "I will carry that one with that other one, that other one." They were sharing the girls last year. They were sharing gala. So when he went for the interview the next day, he saw these two men were the ones interviewing him. He figured out that it was the same girls that came for the interview they were sharing. Just
but
now, somebody says, hold on. Somebody says, Daddy Freeze, that's a wrong assertion, please.
Exactly.
Let me work with statistics. Hold on. Let me work with statistics. Nigerian married women are some of the, I think they came second when it comes to cheating in marriage.
Yeah,
statistics now.
Yes, second after Jamaica.
After Jamaica.
Now, when it comes to paternity fraud, is separate from cheating. Promiscuity, we came second. Or first, actually. I have the statistics on my page. I released it.
Second after Jamaica on paternity fraud, but first for promiscuity.
Now, if you talk to the doctors on the island,
Yeah.
And if they're willing to divulge, you would realize that the percentage of people living with HIV/AIDS, especially married couples on the island, is alarming.
Yeah.
So I have 3 statistics here: paternity fraud, promiscuity, and HIV.
Oh.
Already, so mathematically speaking, the likelihood is already established mathematically. Let us now talk about what obtains in this industry.
Perceptions.
Just let me
Perception.
give you an example. My live now has 1,690 people. The only person here that can understand this kind of what I'm about to say now is Uriel.
Yes, sir.
If you are in this industry, you have access to the kind of people that John and Simplific might not have access to in a year. I'll have access to them in a week.
Yep.
I can also measure up statistics from there. As I'm talking to you, you'll be amazed that somebody from a bank is chatting me up now that that's what happens in our bank. You'll be amazed another person come from another company. So if you look at the statistics, and also know that Nigerians are morally loose in general. We just go to church to pray on Sunday. By Monday, we are back to the devils. We are.
Not all, but
And we also know that these men.
To the streets.
I worked in a government parastatal before.
yes.
It was like a knack fest.
Yeah.
Our bosses were knocking our female bosses, the male, as in we, and then they were knocking our mates. And then the female bosses were jealous of our mates and fighting them and sacking them. So I can't stop. And I also remember that I worked in a radio station. In the radio station, Baba, I know just want to talk plenty. We know as all of us be for that. So when we can imagine radio presenters and their orgas, we no get money. Can't imagine bank MDs. Can't imagine oil people that literally can throw $50,000 at you. People that can take, you know what? I'm taking you to Abuja, and they're not telling you to book an Air Peace flight. They are telling you to go and wait at the hangar for them. Their plane is there. The pilot is warming it. They will give you a type of life that you are not used to. And these men love to F. So with all that is around us, and we know, which country was it where educational minister give in a deputy Bele? He can't talk in a mistake.
Either Congo or Togo. I think Congo.
Congo or Togo. It just happened like 2 weeks ago. And he said it's there. So this intra-office benching is very, very high.
And the difference, you know, why in Nigeria? Because we don't have a strong law against sexual harassment.
Yes.
That where a boss can actually put a bait on a lady and say, if you don't do this, you won't get this. Or a lady can put a boss can put a bait on a subordinate that if you can't get this. And at that point she won't have any other option, or he won't have any other option to start in to climb up the ladder. So I personally think it's because we don't have strong laws against sexual harassment. Like in countries like the US, where
just
there are some
S harassment. May they know.
Sorry. Where I could even look at my colleague in a certain way, or speak to her in a certain, or even comment about her dressing in a certain way, and it's that as harassment. Do you understand? So in Nigeria, that law does not exist. It does not exist. Do you understand? Because I know, when I was working, I know of a manager that was caught knocking someone in the restroom early in the morning. They came to work very early. He was knocking another junior colleague in the office. And the manager, they don't do him anything, and the junior colleague, they fire. So we don't have strong laws against S harassment. So that's why it is very, very predominant in Nigeria.
And because of the lack of these laws, and also, John, because of the lack of punitive measures taken against husbands who cheat in Nigeria. Abroad, if you cheat on your wife, you are going to lose your house. Something bad is going to happen to you. Nigeria, you go call their family, they go beg, they go tell you, say, now so men they do. You understand what I'm telling you? So Nigeria breeds ordinakas, Nakademus and pliers. It by default, the average Nigerian man believes like me now. I feel look Uriel and Remy say these two girls, they belong to me. There is that ownership of women. It comes default to all of us. When I was growing up, maybe because my dad was polygamous, I never saw anything wrong in having a string of girlfriends. I never saw anything. And if my girlfriend then, if I caught her with a man, Baba na war. So we also need to understand that society has programmed us to believe that women are our property. It's part of the programming, and it how do I put it? That's why a manager can go to the office and believe that he can. Don't forget manager. Most girls that were beautiful in our local universities, I mean UI, IFE, most of them slept with lecturers. Or, Papa, you are in your final year, the only course that is left for you to pass, lecturer says open your leg. Who do you want to go and call? The HOD that will tell you to open your leg, so you open your leg for the HOD and the lecturer. Do you understand? I know some lecturers then. Sometimes there was, I don't want to go into details, but I've had to go and call other lecturers from our department to come and beg. See me, no arrange my babe. Not me to come and fight, but not beg. Help me beg. Okay. As in, and that begging be say, if the guy no agree, if he fail me, fail the babe.
You fail the babe.
So the babes that didn't have people like me to go and beg on their behalf, how were they graduating? Because that lecturer would just tell you, saying you lost all your marks. And there was no disciplinary committee those days, because the disciplinary committee is filled with all the knackers. So they will bring them out there. So a good percentage of girls that graduated from UI, IFE, Ilorin, Lautech, Osu, a lot of them were sampled by their lecturers, especially you when no book. And then you know one take for school. Then some girls, now in they take graduate too. Some went to the school knowing that if I give this lecturer, I give this lecturer, I give this lecturer, we graduate.
And that differs also to add to that, some of the girls end up dating very bad boys in school to protect them from those lecturers. Because the only thing those lecturers fear are those men with the carry tools. Are those men with the carry tools. On how you begin date one, that one will send a strong warning to all those lecturers. Because when I was in second year, you get one lecturer where they leave bottle for Nyash. So it happens. So at the end of the day, let's call a spade a spade. We in our country, we don't have punitive laws against harassment, and it's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. It's absolutely wrong. You go a lady can walk into your office who is a subordinate. She wants, okay, sir, I've met this criteria, I've met this criteria for promotion. When am I going to take my exams for promotion? The man can tell her, there's one exam you've not taken. Meet me in Novotel for the final exam. It happens. It happens. And the lady will not have any HR to report to. The lady will not have any HR to report to. These things are killing us. And it's I'm not saying right, it's wrong. It's wrong in the sense that it also puts the men at a disadvantage because we don't have this thing to give. So those that have this thing to give will be climbing above the men. And the men will be there sitting down like zombies as if they are not doing anything, as if they're not putting in their best. It's wrong in every ramification. So when we're saying this, it is something that is in our system, is in our country. That is what it is. If you understand the problem, you can solve it. If you identify a problem, you can solve it.
Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely, 100%. Let's hear Remy. Remy's just joined. She hasn't said anything. Remy, over to you as we round off. Uriel, thank you for giving me your whole evening.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Should I go now?
You want to go?
Okay, I'm here. Sorry, Remy.
Hi, Uriel. Hi, John. Hi, Daddy Freeze.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Daddy Freeze. I don't even know.
It's okay. Let's hear from you. What is your take?
My take on what exactly, Daddy Freeze, because you guys have said a lot, so I don't even know.
Everything. Just say something on anything. It's fine. I just saw your request. I said, I've not seen you in a while. Let me accept you.
But first of all, can I just say something? John, when you're calm, you are quite good looking. You are. And it is surprising. And everybody has been saying, loads and loads of wonderful things about you in the comment section. Just to let you know.
Aww.
Nice to see you like this.
John, are you normally not like this? Why is everybody...
No. No.
Are you aggressive?
John,
Are you aggressive?
Why people are for me? 9.5 out of 10 times. I match energies that are given to me.
Okay.
My name is John, and the Bible says that right from the time of John the Baptist, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and only the violent by force. So normally, when we're having a conversation, and you want to give me that energy, that energy, by default, the madness in me comes out. But when we're having a civil conversation, and you don't throw tantrums or throw insults, I will have a civil conversation with you.
Okay.
But if you told to anybody, I am wired based on the principles of physics. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. If you insult me, I will insult you back.
Peace.
But if you come to a conversation like we're having, we'll have a civil conversation. Nobody has monopoly of madness. Nobody has monopoly of madness. This is what we need to understand as human beings.
Wow.
Treat people the way you want them to treat you. You can't treat me wrongly, and when I treat you wrongly, you start crying foul. No. Why don't you be the bigger person and not even treat me wrongly? Rather than treating me wrongly and asking me to be the bigger person.
I think you're a nice person. The first time I'm meeting you, I just think you have a very nice countenance. So everybody's saying that you're not normally like this. So I'm just shocked. You come across nice.
Because most of them feel that when a message is being passed on, they try to ask the messenger and not the message.
Okay.
The message is different from the messenger.
Okay.
People have opinions. People have the right to air their views about things. If you don't like it, it is simple. Instagram has made it very easy for you. Go to the block button, click block.
Block.
You're following me up and down everywhere, but you hate me. You don't like me. Why? My blog is up to 1,000.
They will comment on your post that they don't like you.
Anyway, guys, it's been so lovely hanging out with you. John, in as much as you are calm, I didn't really enjoy you today because I did bad in your bars.
I did.
I did bad in the way they scatter everywhere. Their father. Things where they fear to say. So that they don't go, because I did cost them back. But sometimes I didn't look, say, if I talk this one, John go come, go talk him. Go, they go talk, they go. Everybody go boil. Listen, there's no day I come that there's a controversial topic that people don't say, where's John? Where's John? I think 2 days ago, what was the topic again? We're talking about this abroad marriages. We'll do another one tomorrow. Everybody was like, where's John? Where's John? Where's John? So don't mind all these women that want you to be. We love your big bass bros, John. Scatter everywhere, John.
Don't mind them. Don't mind them. You're better this women.
Let me tell you, it is this same woman that will not come if everywhere is boring. Can I see 1,500 people, 1,600 throughout? Baba.
Wow.
When the show is boring, you will see 120 people. They'll be looking like this. They'll be using your and be cooking. But when the show is hot, let me tell you, people are there begging me, Daddy Freeze, please bring me on. Daddy Freeze, I want to come. I want to say something. Someone will now start calling my direct phone. Daddy Freeze, I want to. Why are you calling my phone? if I think your opinion is valuable enough, I will bring you live. So, John, thank you very much. Big shout out to everybody who sent me money guns on TikTok. Shout out to House of Gold who sent me 6 money guns. And Tamara Owen, thank you so much. House of Gold, you are a man. John T says, Daddy Freeze, block me or unblock me on Instagram. It's been 6 years now. Send me 10 money guns and I'll unblock you now. 10 money guns. Let me see those money guns. Sharp, 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 and go unblock you. That's your punishment. For 6 years now, I don't block you. What's my name again? Jolly T. Jolly T. 10 money guns. Start sending them now. I unblock you now. Also, a big shout out to everybody who bought my what do they call them? Super chats. Nobody bought my stars on Facebook. Unbelievable. Well, I had quite a lot of people on YouTube, and the last person was Anayo, who sent me £2. Thank you so much. Quite a lot came in on YouTube today. I appreciate you guys. They say John the Narcologist. John, they don't give you another name here. Thank you guys so much for joining my live. Thank you, Uriel, for looking beautiful always. Thank you, Remy. And, of course, big shout out to you, John. Look forward to featuring you on another basketball session.
We love the new John. Bye.
Bye, guys.